Welcome back to Mold Break Motorsports. As you can see, we're working on the old satellite again. And you also probably noticed, well, we've jumped ahead just a touch, you know. But the reasoning behind that is, well, it's bodywork. And you guys are going to have to let me know in the comment section whether you want to see the bodywork or not. Because I am honestly terrible at bodywork. I'm not experienced at all. As I am with most of this stuff, I'm not that experienced as a mechanic or any of this. But what we're doing today is we are focusing on the rear end of this thing. Not so much the cosmetic side of things, but we need to get these leaf springs in. And to do that, we're going to have to fix the trunk pan around the old leaf spring mounts. So you can see I've already been drilling way too many spot weld holes because I don't actually know where the spot welds are. Because for one, I have shitty eyes, and two, there's a lot of dimples caused by rust. But why we're trying to get all this put together, and I need this done this weekend. So you're gonna hopefully see all of this come together in the course of one video. Because next week I'm getting my engine back. And we have not talked about the engine at all, because I kind of want it to be a secret, because, I mean, obviously that's going to be its own separate video. But I will give you a little hint at what she may be. Chrysler guys will immediately recognize what kind of engine this is. But, well, the one I'm going with is a little bit bigger cubic inch. And she'll bolt right in there in that V8 crossmember I put in. But on top of what we're doing with the old rust repair on the rear end here, we're also changing out the leaf springs, and we're going from a factory spring to a super stock spring. Now, the difference between the super stock springs and the factory springs is, well, a lot. It's hard for me to describe how they work without you seeing them in action, but this spring has more preload set to it, so it's slightly got a little more arc to it, and it makes this side of the car as well, because it has a couple extra springs. I think it has 6 springs on this side, and where is there 6 there? I don't know, I can't count. And 5 springs on the other side, and that makes the passenger side sit up a little bit in the back end. But as a lot of you have seen, when cars go down the drag track, well, they have a tendency to pick up the driver's side front tire. Now, these are supposed to correct that. I've never used a set, but, well, many drag racers have over the years, and they've worked, so no reason they won't work for me too. To put these in, these springs were originally meant for the Mopar A bodies, specifically the 68 Hemi Dart and Cuda. And to put them in a B body or E body, what have you, you need to get the proper bracket. On the factory spring, the spring itself is about that much longer, so it's just a little hanger bracket there, and that's no bueno with an A body spring. We already got the 8 3/4 in there, which the 8 3/4 has a 430 spool in it for the time being, which it may change. It'll definitely be in there for any time we decide to take the old girl down the track, which is inevitably the plan for this car. But regardless, enough of my ranting and incoherent nonsense. We're going to continue on with this here. I'm just going to zip that out now, and I'll make a nice cardboard template out of her. You know, some of these skills I've learned from old DD Speed Shop. And yeah, we should probably maybe clean out the trunk, maybe, you know, for the sake of fire and welding and all that. But no further ado, well, as you see, I already got my professional lighting set up in the form of these Mint Infinity speakers. They're like $30 Costco. They're actually pretty sweet. I use them every day at work. I'm going to set this tripod up, which I bought another tripod, so hopefully the video no longer looks like Michael J. Fox filmed it. But yeah, I'll set her up, and you can watch me cut this panel out, I guess. Maybe I can cut myself on some rusty steel again. I mean, what is tetanus, right? Alrighty. I don't know where the fuck I'm cutting, so we're just gonna start. Hopefully I didn't, no, didn't cut anything crucial. We're good. You know, it'd be a little easier if a guy didn't have the thing so fucking high in the air. That's fine. We'll make do. I think she's just about out of there anyways. I'll have to get a little fancy with that fucking quarter extension, I suppose. I think we'll go underneath for that. Well, I got most of the way through. Shot myself in the face with a whole lot of sparks. And the beard just loves that, you know. Just on the edge of catching on fire. Now, I didn't really think this one through. We're gonna have to, what can we do here? Can we just fold this rust back into, see that's not actually part of the trunk pan. That's some kind of brace underneath there. So, yeah, I guess we'll figure it out. That's what the cardboard's for. You do it in cardboard first, so you have a chance to fuck up a time or two. Well, would you just fucking get off of there? That's holding you. God damn it. How about that? That'll be a good idea. New cutoff disc. Yep, that's the plan. Okay, well, we skipped ahead just a skosh because, well, the old camera, aka cell phone, had charge up, and I need to warm up the garage, which the old diesel heater makes just a hair of noise. But we got the chunks of the trunk and the quarter extension out. I believe what I'm gonna do is make two pieces out of this because I am not a skilled enough body man to make one piece out of the trunk pan and the quarter extension. And all I have to work with really is just well, sheets of 18 and 16 gauge steel and zip cuts, and you know, I actually do have a metal brake over there, which is nice. But other than that, I'm just kind of winging it, and I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, but we're gonna just fucking get her done. Okay, well, we dug around in the old tickle trunk a little bit. All kinds of miscellaneous goodies, you know. You gotta have a Ford, GM, and Chrysler fucking alternator in the trunk of your car, because you never know when you gotta help a fucking guy out. But I wanted to pull back the carpet so I could kind of get an idea, somewhat, of well, what this side's supposed to look like. I think my lens is dirty. Alright, well, I just probably smudged around the dirt a little more, so it's likely no better. Probably partially lighting too, but that's the fucking way she goes. But now I'm going to try my best to recreate that to that. And I don't know for certain that the sides are supposed to be the exact same, because I know on these 71 B bodies, and I don't know, might be other Mopars as well from this era, they have this weird vent line system coming from the fuel tank, some kind of, probably a California's emission device of whatever sort. So that definitely might hike up the floor a little bit there. I have no fucking idea. But, I don't know. Worst that can happen is it looks like shit, but guess what? It's in the trunk. Who gives a fuck? Alrighty, well, I've been fucking around for a bit now. Just building a patch panel. Built my template, which... Is that piece? No. That piece. You know, the classic Diet Pepsi box. Put a few rough fucking curves in there to kind of get an idea on where I needed the bends at. Well, then I decided I was going to cut it out of 16 gauge because like, oh yeah, you want your trunk floor to be extra heavy duty. No, don't do it. It just makes your life fucking hell when you're trying to bend the fucking goddamn metal with a little break. 18 gauge would have worked perfect, but oh well. So we're gonna fucking put a couple little dimples in here just to take the pop out of it, if you know what I mean. And yeah, we'll punch some holes in her to spot weld it in, and I guess throw her in the car. I need to build a quarter extension, but that's why I kind of dropped that off there. I'll weld it to that. It'll be fine. Well, we got our professionally built trunk pan patch ready to install. You can tell a professional did it by the savage hammer marks that some fucking hillbilly, stoned out of his mind, went out with a chunk of wood stuck in the vise with a groove cut out of it that of course he used a flap disc for, and just, you know, went to town with the fucking end of a hammer. I mean, it looks uglier than fuck. But once the trunk's closed, you're never gonna see the damn thing, so I don't know. I think that'll do. Honestly, it's a little overkill. Like I said, I should have used 18 gauge, used 16. Oh well. I'll build the trunk extension out of quarter extension. I don't fucking know. I'll build that out of 18 gauge because this is way too much fucking around. But nonetheless, it's fucking like 10:30. I gotta work tomorrow, so we're gonna wrap her up for tonight, and we'll be back at her tomorrow afternoon. Alrighty, we're back out here today. Got Eyes to Buy with us. I've been picking away, getting the sheet metal ready to go, because, well, I need to finish this damn sheet metal before I can put the driver's side spring in. AJ, aka Eyes to Buy, he already got the passenger side in. As you can see, looking real nice. You don't have to worry about the shackle going completely wrong direction. That'll sort itself out on its own. But what we got going on here now is, well, I'm going to try and dolly out this fucking giant crease in the quarter panel. Probably won't make it really much better at all, but maybe it'll be workable. And we'll get that sheet of steel welded in there, and yeah, Bob's your uncle. Should be, no, not yet. Gotta fix this fucking bullshit here. It's all fucking bent. I'm pretty sure the car was in a bit of an accident on the passenger side, and well, bent the bracket back significantly. So yeah, we'll take care of that and fuck around a bit, and we'll bring you back. Well, as you can see, we got the welder going. We've been buzzing in the patch panel for a little bit here. Luckily, this welding mask doesn't really work well at all, so I can't see anymore. So it doesn't matter how hideous it looks, because, well, I can't fucking see it. But we're gonna just, you know, cause a little more retina damage, and yeah, this will be in. And we'll take care of this section here, and then we should be good to put the damn leaf spring in. Moving along pretty quick. Alrighty, well, I think we're more or less done with metalwork for the weekend. I think we're at the point where we can just throw the leaf spring in now. I got this all welded in good and solid. It's uglier than sin, but I mean, look what the factory did to cover up all their ugly work. They use seam sealer. I'll throw a nice bead of seam sealer all over that and never know the difference. And then once that's done, well, throw that down. Bob's your uncle. Nobody will ever know the difference. And we came down here and crawled underneath, hammered the fucking mount back straight, and welded the fuck out of it. And well, I think we're gonna throw this spring in here, get the fucking axle back in, and throw them Cooper Cobbers back on so we can get her sitting nice and good like. Alrighty, well, we got her pretty well fucking buttoned up. I didn't get much video on it. It's just a guy, you know, laying underneath the car. And I mean, I got the tripod, but when you can't see what the fuck I'm doing, why fucking watch it? But anyways, I got the got both sides of the leaf springs all buttoned up, put together. Of course, nothing's fully tightened or torqued. The shackles are now going the right way. Got the old 8 3/4 fastened in her. And I was expecting it to sit a little bit higher, but it might come up a bit too still. And to be fair, the springs that I pulled out of this old girl, they were a pretty stout pack. This one looks like it's really up high because, well, there's no fucking wheel well there, but that's minor details. But yeah, she sits not too bad. I don't know what she's gonna look like once she's actually got torsion bars in her, because, well, as you can see, the floors and the torsion bar cross members kind of fucked. So that's gonna be the next thing we buy for her after we get the engine back next week. And well, she's gonna start coming together pretty quick, I reckon. But with all that said, I reckon I'll take a second here just to kind of go over a few things with you guys, such as the old screw cab. Now, a lot of you guys have asked about the screw cab, and well, it hasn't gone anywhere. It's sitting out in G-Dale, and basically it's gonna get done when it gets done. I only have the funds to really build one thing at a time, and I chose this, namely because, well, my dad used to run around old Mopars like this, not specifically 71 Plymouths, but he had a 70 Charger, and I grew up with him telling me stories about him being my age and rip around his car. So my goal is to have this thing on the road for the summer, so obviously I can have a summertime cruiser, but I can also take my dad out in it and you know, just have a good time. Let him kind of relive his past. But nonetheless, appreciate you all for watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, do all them crazy things, and I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully she's motor related.